Welcome back to the Vale Echo, where the line between mystery and nightmare fades. Tonight, we step into the heart of a small suburban town, a place that was supposed to be filled with laughter, candy, and the glow of jack-o'-lanterns. But as the Halloween night deepens, the air grows colder, and behind every smiling mask lurks a shadow waiting to strike. The streets are alive with children in costumes, their laughter echoing through the fog. Candy buckets clatter, leaves crunch beneath tiny feet, and porch lights flicker like fatting stars. It feels like any other Halloween night until a small hand drops its candy bucket. The sound of sweets scattering across the sidewalk breaks the calm. A dark figure watches from the distance, hidden behind the veil of mist. His cracked white mask glints under the streetlight, and in his hand, a knife catches the reflection of a jack-o'-lantern's grin. A few blocks away, a group of parents chat on porches, unaware that their children's laughter is about to be silenced. Then a scream pierces the night. Police sirens wail, slicing through the fog. Blue and red lights flash over wet pavement as patrol cars race down the narrow streets. Officers push through the chaos, their boots splashing through puddles, hearts pounding with dread. At the scene, yellow police tape flutters in the cold wind. A child's shoe lies in the grass beside a candy trail that leads into darkness. The detective kneels beside it, flashlight trembling slightly in his grip. His face is hard, but his eyes reveal the horror of what he's seen before. This isn't the first victim, and if they don't move fast, it won't be the last. Inside the police station, tension fills the air. The chief's voice cracks as he briefs his team, standing before a board covered in photos, maps, and evidence. The word Halloween killer is scrawled across the top in red marker. 3 victims in 2 nights, no pattern, no witnesses, just a trail of masks and blood. The detectives exchange grim looks. The town they grew up in, the place they thought was safe, has turned into a hunting ground. Outside, reporters swarm the streets, cameras flashing, their voices trembling as they speak of another Halloween tragedy. Parents lock their doors, pulling their children close. Fear spreads like wildfire. But somewhere out there in the flickering light of the jack-o'-lanterns, the killer watches. He leaves a note taped to a lamppost, red ink smeared into a single chilling phrase, trick or treat. As the clock strikes midnight, the fog thickens. Police comb through the empty streets, flashlights cutting through the dark. Every shadow feels alive, every noise a threat. The detective looks around, his breath visible in the cold night air. He whispers under his breath, "He's not done yet." And as the camera pulls back, the town sleeps under a silent moon, unaware that the night of shadows has only just begun. The next morning, the town wakes under a heavy gray sky. The fog still lingers, wrapping the streets in silence. Outside the police station, reporters gather, desperate for answers. But inside, chaos brews. Detectives crowd around a board littered with photos, newspaper clippings, and red string stretching from one location to another. The killer's face remains a blank void behind a cracked mask. The lead detective, Carter, stands at the center of the storm, eyes bloodshot, jaw clenched. He stares at the evidence pinned before him, a child's shoe, a blood-stained Halloween mask, and a handwritten note that reads, "One more night." Every clue feels like a taunt. He knows this isn't random. The killer is playing with them, leaving breadcrumbs that lead nowhere, or worse, somewhere they're not ready to go. That night, the town grows eerily quiet. Police cruisers patrol the streets, their red and blue lights reflecting on wet pavement. Porch lights flicker out one by one. Parents keep their children close, whispering prayers behind locked doors. In the distance, a single pumpkin burns on a porch, its grin twisted, its candle flickering like a dying heartbeat. Carter returns to the first crime scene, flashlight in hand. The candy still stains the ground where it fell. He kneels beside the yellow tape and catches a glint of something half buried in the grass, an old locket. Inside, a photo of a little girl, long faded. He pockets it, a sense of unease crawling down his spine. This isn't just about killing. There's a story here buried in pain and revenge. Back at headquarters, a young officer bursts into the room. "Sir, we found something." They crowd around a laptop. Surveillance footage plays, a shadowed figure standing near a lamppost watching a group of kids pass. The camera glitches, but for a split second the killer's mask catches the light. Carter freezes the frame. "There," he says, pointing. "That's not random, he's choosing them." Hours later, another clue surfaces. A warehouse at the edge of town, abandoned since the 90s. Reports of strange noises, flickering lights, the killer's hideout. The team gears up, sirens cutting through the stillness once again. When they arrive, the place reeks of decay. Inside, the walls are covered in newspaper clippings, articles about the murders, police sketches, and photos of the victims. In the corner, a blood-stained calendar hangs open to October, the last day circled in red, Halloween. Carter moves deeper into the shadows, gun drawn. He shines his flashlight across a table cluttered with Halloween masks, knives, and melted candles. Among them, something new. Another note written in the same jagged handwriting: "You can't stop the game." The detective steps back, heart pounding. This isn't just a killing spree, it's a performance. The killer is watching, waiting for the final act. Outside, the wind howls through the trees, and in the distance, a child's laughter echoes, a haunting sound that doesn't belong. Carter grips his gun tighter and whispers, "He's out there, and he's not done yet." The hunt has just begun. Halloween night returns, and with it, the sense of dread that grips every corner of the small town. The streets that once glowed with laughter are now deserted. Houses are dark, porch lights off, pumpkins rotting on steps. The town holds its breath. Everyone knows the killer is still out there, and tonight he plans his final act. Detective Carter hasn't slept in days. His mind replays every clue, every image, every scream. The locket, the mask, the notes, they all point to one last place. The old barn on the outskirts of town. A place locals whisper about, a place kids dare each other to visit on Halloween night. Tonight, Carter drives there alone, headlights slicing through the fog, the radio silent. As he steps out, the air is still. The moon hangs heavy, spilling silver light across the broken wooden structure. His flashlight beam cuts through the dark interior, dust dancing like ghosts in the air. Hanging from the rafters are Halloween masks, dozens of them swaying gently. Pumpkins line the floor, each carved with the same crooked smile. In the center, a chair, and on it, a single note: "Welcome to the finale." Suddenly, footsteps echo behind him. Carter spins, gun raised. A figure darts between the shadows. The killer is here, a blur of motion, the gleam of a knife, the sound of heavy breathing. Carter fires once, twice. Silence. Then the faint creak of a door swinging open at the back of the barn. He follows, every step deliberate, every heartbeat loud in his ears. Outside, the chase begins. Police backup arrives, sirens cutting through the fog. Officers spread out, shouting through the trees. Flashlights flash across branches as the killer runs deeper into the woods, his mask glowing pale under the moonlight. Carter pursues, determination burning in his eyes. Finally, the killer stumbles into a clearing, a dead end near the riverbank. The two face each other, breath heavy, eyes locked. The killer tilts his head, mask cracked, voice low and mocking. "You're too late. The game was never about them, it was about you." A gunshot splits the air. The killer falls motionless, the mask shattering beside him. Carter stands frozen, chest heaving, the echo of the shot fading into the night. The police close in, lights flashing red and blue through the mist. It's over, or so it seems. As dawn breaks, the town awakens to quiet streets. The headlines read, "Halloween killer stopped after deadly chase." Families gather, mourning those lost but clinging to relief. Candles flicker in vigil, faces lit with sorrow and gratitude. The detective watches from afar, haunted by the faces of the children he couldn't save. He turns away as the sun rises over the quiet town. But as he passes an alley, something catches his eye, a familiar mask, cracked and bloodstained, lying beside a note. He unfolds it slowly. In smeared red letters, it reads, "Trick or treat, I'll be back next year." Carter stares into the distance, the chill of the wind crawling up his spine. The Halloween killer may be gone, but evil never truly dies.